Your English sucks. You should give up and stick to Spanish. You know what? The person that wrote that comment is actually right. My English sucks sometimes, and here in London more than ever.
Here in London, we've come across a lot of words that we've never heard before. So sometimes we don't know what they mean, and sometimes we just don't know how to pronounce them properly. Like...
We're in Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicester?
Leicester.
Leicester.
We have no idea how to say it.
And to be honest, it's not really about the UK. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we mess up all the time. And you've been sleeping in the couch.
On the couch.
On the couch.
You might ask yourself, how does Amazon knows? But the cost...
That's why...
Here's the thing. Stop it. Adorable mistakes Spanish speakers make. Because it's...
I know you so much. Leave your comments in the description.
In the comment
Leave your comments downstairs. Below.
Because it's...
Consistency. On the restaurant, I was looking up
In the restaurant. You were not sitting on the restaurant.
Oh.
The what? The lore?
Oh. Every time you learn a new language, you have to understand that at the beginning you're gonna suck. And depending on how much you suck, you're gonna learn from those mistakes, and then you're gonna become better in time.
Scientifically proven. Not. We made it up, but I feel like this is how it works.
Yeah, at least this is how it worked for us. And you shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes, because they're gonna happen whether you like it or not.
It doesn't matter if you're beginner or advanced. It happens to me in German, and I speak German since I was born.
You've been learning it since you were born. You didn't speak it out of the womb.
You were not there.
Okay.
I was like, Hallo, wie geht's denn so?
Na toll!
And even if you have practiced something for years, let's say language, since we're talking about languages, there won't be a point where you suddenly don't mess up anymore or don't make mistakes anymore. It's not like there's a finish line, because that's also what you can see here on this awesome graph. It never reaches the point of zero sucking.
Wow.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. You never reach a point where you never mess up, but you can reach a point where you stop caring.
Exactly.
Because, for example, for us, we speak English every day. We mess up every day. We've
spoken English for the past 8 years, basically on a daily basis.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's the language that we speak the most.
Yeah.
Like more often.
See? See? We still mess up all the time.
So just stop caring.
So you have to accept that you're gonna make mistakes, and it's always gonna happen. Just push through the process.
Yes.
And be like, hey, one day I'm gonna be better. You know, this year, for the most part, we've been pretty bad at posting videos every single week. But lately we've been posting more, and with that we have attracted new viewers that have left some pretty interesting comments. I think we need to address them.
But before we do that, we have something that is really gonna help any of you that are learning a new language, or that, like us, are trying to improve some languages. And it's the sponsor of this video, Busuu.
So, Busuu is an app that offers language lessons in 13 different languages.
So if you want to learn English, Spanish, French, Dutch, German, Italian, Portuguese, Chinese, Russian, Japanese, Arabic, Turkish, or Polish, Busuu is a great option. They don't only focus on random vocabulary, but they also care about you learning the grammar.
Plus, the lessons are very short and compact, which makes them perfect for when you're waiting on the train,
when you're chilling at home,
or when you're sitting on the loo.
Probably a lot of you guys are sitting on the toilet right now.
Yeah, how dare you? Watch it on a big screen. If you happen to learn any of these 6 languages, you can take a placement test. Now, I'm curious to see how good my Spanish has gotten. So I'm gonna take the placement test right here, right now. And if it's anything less than B1, then I'm very disappointed.
Then we're all disappointed in you. Shame on you.
Put the words in order. Me trae un poco de pan. Fácil. Mis padres vinieron a cenar a mi casa. Can you see it? I'm B2.
One other feature that we really like is the community section, where you can connect with native speakers and ask them for advice or for corrections.
If you want to give it a try, you can check out the link in the description. They have a standard plan which is completely free. What the hell?
But if you want to unleash the full power of Busuu and have access to all the classes in all the languages, then they have a premium plan where you have to pay, but you can also try it out for 7 days for free. Check it out, see if it's for you, and if it is, you have your new app for the loo.
For the loo.
And now back to the video. Okay, so now let's get to some of the comments we've been getting lately.
Should we make it very dramatic?
Go for it. Why are a German and a Mexican speaking English? It doesn't make any sense.
No hate, but your channel should be fully in Spanish or German. You aren't even native English speakers.
You want people to think you're American, but your English sounds horrible. You sound and look more Mexican than a taco. Alright.
So, you speak like a taco.
Apparently I look like a taco.
One other comment read, why do you speak English? So here today, we want to answer that question once and for all, why we always speak English with each other and on this channel.
Yeah, we're setting the record straight, okay? So obviously we're not native speakers. You can hear it from a mile away if you hear my voice. But we met 10 years ago, and when we met, I didn't speak any German at all.
And my Spanish was very limited.
So from the beginning, English was the only language that we could use to communicate with each other.
Yes. Plus, we met in California where everybody around us was speaking English. So of course, we were not the only ones like, hey, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. We were only speaking English. So even though English is not our native language personally, it is the native language of our relationship. It's kind of hard to understand for people. I don't know why. But it's just more natural and feels more authentic for us to speak with each other in English.
Imagine this. You have a friend of yours that you had for 8 years, right? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't suddenly start speaking in a different language with that friend.
Yeah.
Even though you both could speak theoretically another language. Mm-hmm. It feels weird. And that's how it would feel for us. If we would suddenly switch to German or Spanish, it wouldn't feel authentic.
Yeah. And we're also not trying to be lazy because, of course, yes, if we would suddenly switch to German, my German would get like very good very fast. We do that every now and then. Like we switch to a different language, or with our families we practice a lot. Mm-hmm. But English just feels like our place.
Yeah, now I could say you could get comfortable in the other languages, which is true, but we like to speak English.
Yeah. So long story short, because we want to and because we can. That's why we speak English.
Yes.
Now our channel was born when we didn't master Spanish or German. So our channel was born in English, and we have been very lucky to have a very international audience.
From everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the Spanish speakers are very loud because they're very passionate and just their nature. There's a lot of comments that are in Spanish.
Which is great.
Yeah, we love that. And we love that a lot of you watch us to improve your English. But we can tell from our statistics that there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries.
And we don't want to exclude anyone.
That's why we have subtitles for the Spanish speakers.
Exactly. But we speak English for our international audience.
So maybe in the future one day we can start a channel in Spanish where we just dub ourselves. But for now we do our best to make subtitles for you guys so you can practice it, so you can understand what we're saying. And we're having fun with language challenges in between. And you know what's gonna be tricky? If we have a child in the future, what are we gonna do? Because we want the child to learn Spanish and German first.
I already
English.
have a plan.
Yeah, but you and I, what are we gonna speak in front of the child?
Our languages, I guess.
Spanish and German.
Yeah, so you speak Spanish, I speak German.
So this is gonna change then.
Then it will change, but when the kid is asleep, we can speak English.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so confusing. So we just wanted to tell you that if you're learning a new language and you're gonna encounter people that are criticizing you or that are making fun of you because of your accent or because of the way you pronounce certain things, try your best not to pay attention to those people.
If we would have listened, we would have never even met.
No.
I wouldn't have gone to the US not knowing how to properly speak English. I was so scared when I was there. And we wouldn't have opened our YouTube channel.
No, we wouldn't have opened our YouTube channel. I wouldn't have gone to study in Germany. I wouldn't have done many things. You probably wouldn't have ever seen this video. So keep sucking.
Keep sucking and get better in time.
Yes.
Don't listen to haters. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet, and we'll see you
Soon.
soon.
Cheers.